Greetings, Namo Buddhaya. I am KTS Sarao, former professor and head of the Department of Buddhist Studies, Delhi University. In this module number 26, I shall be talking to you about the origin and growth of Tantra. Since time immemorial, one of the primary motivations of the human mind has been gaining control over visible and invisible natural forces. This ancient quest of molding nature and manipulating it for the benefit of humankind has played a crucial role in the development of modern Western science. In the East, this quest of conquering was not just limited to the outer domain, but conquest over bodily, physical, and psychic forces of the inner domain was more emphasized. This resulted in the development of pragmatic rituals and psychophysical practices in the religious systems, which consisted of techniques that try to trigger a human's individual energy to harmonize with the universal cosmic energy. Such practices were developed in various religious traditions in India. The formalization of such practices has been known as Tantra. The concept behind these practices employs an idea of symmetrical contiguity between subjective-objective reality, where the practitioners unite their subjective nature of an individual with objective phenomenal effulgence. This is given in the expression yatha bahyam tatha dhyatman, which means as in the outer cosmos, so within the body in the Buddhist texts. The tradition of Tantra has been an integral part of several ancient Indic religious traditions. The roots are very old, presumably as old as the Indus-Saraswati civilization. Like other religions in India, Buddhism too has got Tantra tradition. In Buddhism, the Tantra system has been identified with various terminologies such as Tantrayan, Mantrayan, and Vajrayan. These traditions are permeated with a diverse range of deities, mantras, and imageries for visualization. The psychic yogic practices have been part of ancient religious systems of India since a much earlier period. The archaeological artifacts obtained from the Indus-Saraswati civilization have the three-headed figure of Pashupati that depicts yogic practices at that time. The Atharvaveda references to yogic practices and the role of prana, vital breath, within the body. Different schools of philosophy developed in the post-Vedic period exhibit a tendency to control the unseen world through similar means. If we accept the several figures found at the Indus-Saraswati sites, usually dated to around 2500 BCE as goddess statues, as do many scholars, this would add another dimension of early feminine worship in the Indian subcontinent, which is intimately connected with the Shakt Tantra of Hindu tradition and Yogini Tantra tradition of Buddhist Tantra. The philosophical schools such as Yoga that were developed in the post-Vedic period often exhibit a tendency to explore and comprehend the mysteries of the phenomenal world in its entirety. These systems often advocate omniscience and omnipotence as necessary attributes of any perfect being. In the post-Vedic period, as evident from the literature of Purana, Shaivite tradition and Mahayana literature, some philosophical systems were frequently using psycho-yogic techniques as a means to achieve this omniscience and omnipotence. Such approaches led to the development of a coherent system that was formalized and structured. This was happening in many religious systems of medieval India. This system was termed Tantra. It was concerned with different modes of discipline and systematic methods for training and controlling the mind-body complex and reshaping the human consciousness towards a higher spiritual goal. As the Tantric movement gained immense popularity after the 6th century of the Common Era in northern and central India, every religion tended to have its own form of a Tantric system. Around the 8th and 9th centuries of the Common Era, the phenomenon of developing Tantric traditions could be observed in all the religious traditions in India, which incorporate esoteric practices, deities, mantras, and other occult elements. These techniques and practices were formulated on indigenous customs and belief systems. Broadly, Buddhism has been classified into three divisions, wherein Tantra or Vajrayana is considered as the third major yana alongside Shravak Yana and Mahayana. However, in Tibetan tradition, there exists another classification that suggests the twofold division of Mahayana. Parmita Yana, the Sutra vehicle, and Mantra Yana, the Tantra vehicle. The Tantra tradition, which was initially an esoteric tradition, was later popularized among the common masses by the Siddhacharyas through their miraculous yogic powers. A reference to magical and occult elements could be observed even during the period of the Buddha. There are references in Pali and Sanskrit sources about the inclination of some of the Buddha's disciples towards this. In the Dighanikaya's Atta Natya Paritta literature of Pali and in Dharani literature of Mahayana Sutras, we can see the existence of tantric elements. Tantric literature claims that the Buddha himself preached the doctrine of Tantra.